there are going to be people laughing at me, saying that I am one, butthurt, two, I'm whiny, and I'm being a little pussy-ass bitch. But let me say it this way. If you spend $60 on a game, and the game turns out to be an experience that was not worth the money that you invested into, I think that you as a consumer have the right to complain, bitch, and moan at the company who would make something so shitty. What I'm talking about is the video game company known as Ubisoft. Ubisoft, I hear it pronounced so many different ways. I'm just gonna say Ubisoft. And I would be lying if I would say in the past 20 years they haven't made some good games, because they have. Beyond Good or Evil is one of my favorite games by that company. However, in the last decade, this company has really not done very well in the gaming industry. But what I want to talk about today is Ubisoft's inability to do jack shit about their game, but also that they don't give a shit about you as a goddamn consumer. I mean, that should be pretty kind of obvious considering how fast they've been pumping out Assassin's Creed games. Games like Far Cry 3, I enjoyed. Far Cry 4, I enjoyed. But when it comes to a multiplayer experience, Ubisoft has always fallen flat on their ass. I played the Division beta, and to an extent, I kind of enjoyed it, but I've realized that I'm not going to spend the money for that game, because after this video, I am done supporting Ubisoft titles, unless someone gifts me the game, or they make another Beyond Good and Evil. Like, it's gotten to the point that I don't want to purchase or play any games by this company ever again after my experience with them directly. And yes, I did have an interaction with Ubisoft because they replied to me directly. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I was very angry, very upset, and I tweeted some tweets at Ubisoft about their new game that came out in the past 2 months known as Rainbow Six Siege, which I think is a phenomenal, great game. I see this as being a game that counters Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I really do. I see it that good. It's a solid, fun game. It takes strategy. It takes, communication with your teammates. It's a game based upon round elimination, 5v5. And overall, the game is extremely, I think, well done. The problem, despite how well the game is, and I hate saying this, is the game's not going to go anywhere because the community is already dying in this game, because Ubisoft has done nothing to make an anti-cheat system that works for their games. Over the course of the weekend, there was a specific hacker who was blatantly walling. I mean, it was so obvious. He was hitting windows and jumping out of the spawn zone for the people who were defending on the enemy team, and instantly headshotting people outside, like he knows exactly where they are, exactly where they're spawning. When you spawn in Rainbow Six, you have a location of like 5 different spawn points you can spawn, so it's always at random, so people don't know your exact location unless they're using cameras. But like the moment the round starts, he busts the window, jumps out, headshot, 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 3 people down within the less than 3 minutes, and the rounds are 3 minutes long. Like, it's so blatantly obvious, and when you call people out on it, they're just like, ha 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 ha, you suck, noob, blah blah blah. And in every game, there's going to be people who hack and exploit it. I understand that. But it's gotten to the point where I literally don't play on the weekends anymore, because 95% of my matches is with someone walling. And I'm not someone who claims, I'm not one of those, fucking idiots who like, oh, this player's good, they're walling, they're hacking, they're doing whatever. Like, I don't claim that on people unless they're genuinely doing it, which is clearly evident if they're getting 5 headshots every single round and getting headshots every single kill, and you're completely standing still in a corner, not moving, and the next thing you know, they throw a thing of C4 on the wall, right where you are in the entire map, which is huge, and you get killed. It's just like, oh my god, it infuriates me. It has nothing to do with being salty or butthurt. It has to do with, when you spend money for a game, you want to be able to play and have fun with it, and if you can't have that, then is it really worth the amount of money you paid for it? This is a valid complaint. So I wanted to do some investigation on Ubisoft's anti-hack system, and they don't even run an anti-cheating system. What they use is a mobile as Fair Fight, which is known for a lot of mobile games, and several other titles use this service, Gameblocks.com. So here are just a few of the games: Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 4, APB Reloaded, Plants vs. Zombie Garden, Infestation, Titanfall, Rainbow Six Siege, and Warface. Now, APB Reloaded is dead. The game's dead. The community in that game is completely dead, mainly because of the fact that everybody is hacking and exploiting on that game. Infestation Survival Stories is a terrible game on Steam. One of the reasons that it got so downloaded is because people were hacking and exploiting so much. Titanfall, I really don't play that game, so I don't know. Now, in Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 4, I play Battlefield 4 a lot, and I really have never experienced a lot of hacking on Battlefield 4, mainly because it's a custom server, and you have, people who are admins who can ban people on the spot. And I'm not sure if Fair Fight and Punkbuster are the same thing, but Punkbuster in Battlefield 4, constantly I see people being banned universally in the chat that says, this player has been banned banned, this player has been banned. I see that all the time in the game. Whereas in my 60 hours of Rainbow Six Siege, yesterday actually, up in the top of the right corner pops up, Fair Fight has banned Captain something. So it did ban someone. But out of 60 of my hours that I've played of this game, I've seen one person banned through the universal Fair Fight cheat system that they have. Now, one of the things Ubisoft did is they fixed one of the hacking exploits, which was the moment the game would, before the round would even, when the game would start, and players were still standing in their spawn point, a player could like fly out, not fly, but like speed hack out of the building and kill everybody in spawn instantly. The way they fixed this is they implemented a system which, if that happens, if you go out before the time zone, you know, the time counter is not finished, it automatically kills you, which is great. I'm glad they did that. But that doesn't solve the problem of the people who are using walling. In the course of 5 hours that I played on Saturday, I was matchmade with this I got matched with the same hacker 4 different times. The first time, I tried to go through it. I knew he was hacking. We all call him out on it. Then I wait about 30 minutes because I didn't want to get partied with the guy. Because if there's one thing that's really satisfying is being able to, you know, win against a hacker. But this guy he was using them all of his things, aimbots, walling, everything. Like, he was using his ESP, which ESP allows you to see everything around, you know, the map, and you can see all the players' names and where they're at and stuff. And you know, here's the thing, I don't support hacking, but even if you're using an ESP, if you're just using an ESP, yes, that gives you an advantage, that's a form of hacking. But Jesus Christ, you don't, if you're using an ESP, why do you need to use aim assist, aimbots? That's the thing that I don't understand. Anyways, I got matched with the guy again. Then I waited again, got matched with the guy again, and waited again and got matched with the guy a 4th fucking time. At this point, that's where I went to Twitter, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm like, I quit Rainbow Six Siege for that whole rest of the day. I'm not gonna play it on the weekend anymore because that's when the hackers are most alive and well. But let's get to the goody two-shoes. So I complained about the hackers on Ubisoft, and what do? They reply to my tweet directly and say this: if you suspect a player of cheating or exploiting, please follow these instructions to report them. Now, when you click on this link, what does it do? It takes you to a forum thread, okay, a forum thread in which you open a support ticket and you submit their player name and so on and so forth. But you have to register on the forum, make an account in order to even open a ticket. And supposedly the ticket, Ubisoft then sends the ticket over to the anti-cheating staff people, and then they investigate it. The problem with this system is you have no option to report people who are hacking. Like, it could be as simple as making Counter-Strike, you know, allow someone to click on someone's name and do report, and if someone gets a certain matter of ports, their account gets flagged, and then the people who are at Fair Fight investigate the claim of that person hacking. That's all you have to do. But no, they want you to go to a website forum, register an account, post on the goddamn forum, and open a support ticket in order to get anything done. And I'm out my $60 out of a game that I can hardly... So now here I am making a video on how I hate the company Ubisoft because they don't give a shit about you, they don't give a shit about the people who exploit their game, and they're probably never going to do anything to counter this. And it sucks because Rainbow Six Siege is such a great game, but people in the community and the population and the people who are playing the game is already declining because of how big of an issue this is. And I understand there are hackers in every single game, but it's different when you're getting them almost in every other match. And you know, not that it matters, Ubisoft, not that you care about me, some random consumer of your shitty content. This is where I announce publicly that I'm not gonna shed money for any Ubisoft game unless it's given to me, because I can't justify spending money for a company that truly doesn't give a shit about the people or their games and making it a fun experience for people to play. Especially in the realm of competitiveness, which is something that I'm really down in video games. Like, I love playing competitive matches against people. Anyways, that was my bitchy, moany, whiny rant. So, I don't know, if you guys have any experience with Rainbow Six Siege hackers, let me know in the comments below. Or any in general, especially within the realm of Ubisoft titles. Make me feel less alone, less depressed over how shitty this game really is.